Welcome back. We still have Wahid Enitan Oshodi in Brazil speaking with us, but we have to let him go to go and watch one of the games that's coming up shortly. But Wahid, with all the challenges, you've talked about the morale of the athletes being up there, they're ready to get into the challenge. What should Nigerians and indeed their fans and family members be expecting from today?
Well, like I said, from today onwards, we just have to keep staying behind the athletes and encouraging them. This is, getting here means that you're an international class athlete. To win a medal, you need to be in the world class zone. And on our days, we've seen it in the past. Chioma Ajunwa, the Atlanta 96 Dream Team, our athletes can always come up with the goods. But sometimes you have to look at what you've put in yourself and then try and be realistic and temper your expectations a bit. And that's what I'll be asking for Nigerians, support the athletes. We hope they'll have improvements in their performances. If that takes them into the medal zone, so be it. But, all personally as a sports administrator and looking at, the overall preparation, like you said, the morale of the athletes, would just be satisfied if our athletes continue to improve. And, in wrestling, I must say in wrestling, Blessing Okagbare, the football team has shown us the desire they had to win that game. And I think that will encourage all the other athletes to do well.
All right. Thank you very much, Wahid Enitan Osho, the President, Table Tennis Federation. And enjoy your stay in Brazil. And I wish the team well from us here.
Thank you very much.
Please, all of you, stay away from Zika, right?
Okay. Kazim.
Yeah.
You've heard him. He was there. He saw it all. But he's talking about the fact that in the face of the challenges they've had to face, they are still determined to make a mark.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I think that a lot of the success we've had in sport has always been accidental.
The Nigerian spirit.
Exactly. It's hardly ever really planned. And so what that means is that we can hope, but we cannot expect. Because when you plan and prepare, then you can expect. But right now, I'm just waiting for the kind of performance that, for instance, Eni Udobong did in Sydney 2000 when he ran the last lap by the 4x4 men, and finished second. And eventually, one of the Americans had failed a drug test earlier, and that meant that, it became a gold, winning performance. Choma Ajunwa's jump as well in Atlanta. We weren't expecting it. Nigeria getting past Brazil and Argentina. Atlanta 96, two very strong teams. We were not expecting all of those. So we hoped, and those things happened. And I think that that's the approach. We've got Mary and Usman in weightlifting, who we can hope. We've got maybe Tosin Oke as well in the female long jump. We can hope. The Dream Team actually have a lot of hopes, particularly for the under 23 male national team. So a few areas where we can hope. But like I said, a lot of countries are sitting down there and expecting.
Because
South Africa,
they have prepared.
Absolutely. So for instance, Beijing 2008, Nigeria had a far better performance than South Africa. South Africa won, I think, 1 medal, 1 silver and 1 bronze. Fast forward 4 years later in London, they were winning 3 gold medals. And right now they are sitting back and expecting that a few of the athletes, even improve. Same with Kenya, same with Ethiopia. So we have countries who are African who have the same physiological and you probably say psychological profile as us. And somehow they've gotten some preparation behind those athletes and the athletes are performing. And also they've also ensured that the process of discovery, because sports is fundamentally about talent. And if you are talking about talent, you've got to discover talent. And I think that that's where we've got to go back to. The years where Nigeria, when we're doing very well in sport, it wasn't because our preparations were so fantastic, but we had a fantastic discovery system where the athletes just kept coming out. But what we've had over the past few years is that conduit pipe is drying up. And so we're having to work with mega talent and we cannot expect more. So we have to go back to discovery and ensure that we can discover more talents and put some preparations behind them. We should be doing better.
Okay,
Now,
Mary.
Russia, China, USA, they normally lead.
They always, probably always will.
Yes. But Russia is facing a lot of challenges now.
Yes.
Does that give us any chance?
Well, so Russia, USA, and China are on a totally different pedestal. Those guys battle it out for the first, second, and third place, typically. Nigeria is in the lower, 30, 40, where you win a gold medal. At all, it doesn't. I mean, I think that's probably good news. And by the way, Russia just had 271 athletes admitted to these Olympic Games. So you can still expect a strong performance, from Russia. So in the real sense, I think we should look to what Ethiopia, what South Africa, what Kenya are doing. There were years these people used to look up to Nigeria.
Okay, we have to. Okay, We need to take Mary before we go. Mary, when we spoke with you earlier, you said something about plans by the Nigerian Olympic Committee to ensure that the kind of challenges that were faced by the athletes are not faced again come 2020. But Kazim also mentioned the issue of the pipe of discovery, the discovery pipes, ensuring that it stays watered and we can continue to discover new talents. Can you give us an insight into some of these plans?
Okay. First of all, like our guest in the studio said, the pipe. He used the word pipe. I use the revolving door. You know a revolving door in a hotel where you go in and the other person is coming out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For 20 years, I've asked that revolving door be, should I say, fueled or oiled?
Vitalized.
Or keep revolving, because that was when I was about sort of rounding up my career. About 10 years ago, actually, I started rounding up my career, and I kept speaking at every media event that there will be a big drought in talent discovery if we don't go back to the grassroots. The grassroots is where we're supposed to churn these athletes from, mentor them, monitor them, and then take them to the high performance level and then the podium. I am a member of the Sports Reform Committee set up by the Honorable Minister. About 3-4 months ago, we were given a task to find a way, define a system that will systematically discover athletes from grassroots to the podium. We have met. Our papers have been completed, and we are ready to present it to the Honorable Minister as soon as they get back. Everything about discovering athletes from the cradle to the podium is in that document. Everything that would enhance, that would systematically plan and execute and take the athletes to where we used to be and better are all in the document.
All right.
All we need right now, as soon as we submit that document, is for the Honorable Minister to help us push it through the legislative quarters for it to get approval.
Okay.
So we can go to work.
Thank
There's
you.
a lot of work that we need to do. We all know that. A lot of people know what to do, and they'll be asking questions, how do we get to doing it? It's all in the document. Just
All right.
approve it, and you will see what will happen. Financially, sports is financially intensive department. That project that I talked about before, that we are in collaboration with the Nigerian Olympic Committee, is actually something that has been in existence. Nigerian Olympic Trust Fund, a fund, has been in existence, but it's been put in a cooler because some people didn't do what they're supposed to do right. But with this, with the charge that the Honorable Minister has given us to go figure out how to get the sports back on track, we have unearthed that department, and now in collaboration with the Nigerian Olympic Committee, we are ready to revamp the sport.
All right. Thank you very much.
Myself and some ex-international have come together to help put some flesh into that department to make it work.
All right, Mary,
Thank you.
we really have to go. Thank you very much, Mary Onyali, who is an ex-international. Thank you for speaking with us. And here in the studio, we had Biola Kazim, a sports analyst, speaking with us as we looked at Nigeria and the Olympics.
Pleasure's been all mine.
Thank you. Sunrise will be back in a moment. Please don't go away.